and I'm ready for some creating, and I hope you guys are too. Or if not ready for creating, maybe ready to watch some creating. As you pop on, please say hi. Love to see all my girls coming on a Sunday night. I'm live here every Sunday night with YouTube, and then Friday nights I go live on my Facebook page. So I do have a few people who show up for both, and some people who don't do Facebook, or maybe they do, they don't do YouTube. So it works out. I try and catch everyone between the two. Hey guys. Alright, I'm just going to go and double check that I'm actually live in the right place on my YouTube channel here. Should be fine, but I just need to make sure that it's showing up. Okay. How's everyone's week? I hope it's been a great week for you, wherever you might be. Ah, there I am, I can see. We have 9 people here already, so that's fantastic. Welcome to you all. Hey Michelle. Yeah, great to be caught. Hey there Judy, how you going? Do you actually prefer Judy or Judith? It says Judith there, but I know on Facebook you're Judy. So, now I'm getting that funny message that says that there's an error, and I can't see. Let me go in one more time. I can see you guys obviously can see me, but I just can't see the feed yet on YouTube. So just let me try it one more time, and let's see if we can refresh it. And if that happens again and I still can't see it, alright, I can't see the video, but I can see your comments, and that's what I really want to see. So I'm just going to make sure that the sound is down, and let's flip this camera around, and we're going to talk about some cool stuff that's happening. Okay, give me a tick. Alright, so everyone's familiar with the fact that we have a new annual catalogue. I think by now everyone knows this, but the reason that I've gone back to talking about this one tonight is the retired list from this catalogue goes live this week. Okay, and that means there's going to be some specials and bargains, and I've actually already printed out my retired list here, and I've gone through and highlighted the bits, the ones that I have personally, so I know what to pull off my shelves. That's usually the first thing when I get a retired list. But what's important for you to know is that some items are marked down and some items are not. But if they're marked down between 10 and 50%. Okay, so I can tell you the items that are 50%, the flowering cactus product medley refill is going to be 50% off, and things like that. So there's a couple of things that I particularly wanted to talk about because they're in my collection. For example, the quite curvy, some of you would be familiar with this. We had this since the end of last year. This one is actually going to be 50% off, and the quite curvy dies are also 50% off. So that's a real bargain, and we'll be talking about some of those tonight. So I'm actually going to play with a few of these products that I haven't really played with a lot lately, and I thought that we'd enjoy just revisiting some of those. The other thing that I think it's good for people to see is some of the papers which are retiring. Generally speaking, with a very few exceptions, nearly all papers only last the life of whatever catalogue they're in. Occasionally you'll have a set that has 2 runs, but usually they are only in 1 catalogue. So so all the DSP packs, as far as I'm aware, that are in this mini catalogue, the January to June from this year, all the DSP packs are going to be discontinued at the end of June, or if they sell out before that, then they're just gone. Okay, so that's the most important thing you need to know, is that whatever is available, these go live on June 2nd, so that's this Wednesday. Wednesday is when the bargains start. Okay, so I'll probably send out a newsletter to everyone who's on my newsletter list, and if you're not on the newsletter list and you'd like to be, just send me a message and we'll sort that out. Okay, I'm just going through your messages now, saying hello to people. Hi Denise and Kay, and Judy, I said hello already, and Cheryl Lee, hi, you're back, nice to see you. Deb, Elizabeth, so yeah, we've got a lot of people here that I remember from previous weeks, so that's pretty cool. So let me just go through. Let's put a big fat message right on top of some of the comments. That's not nice. Yes, we use full names when people are angry with us. Like, my daughter only ever gets called her first name and her middle name when she's in trouble. Well, generally speaking, that's the case. Oh, you made a card today, Shirley. That's nice. Hi, how are you, Jenny? Nice to see you there. Hey Deb, nice to see you. And I can see lots of friends popping on that I have met before. Hi Shooty, hi Trudy. Hey. Okay, alright, so there's some things in here that I have that I really thought it would be nice to play with them before they discontinue. And just remember, they're available until they sell out or until the end of June, whichever happens first. Okay, so if there's something you really love, don't assume it's going to be available till the end of June. It will be available until it sells out. So don't wait too long. That's the moral of the story. So at the back of these catalogs these days, I really love what they're doing. They're putting all the bundles in together, and there's some more samples on these back pages of the different bundles. The other thing you need to know is that some items in here are not retiring, but it might be that the bundle is retiring. Now what that means is it will still be available to get the stamps and the dies perhaps, or stamps and punch, but they might not be a bundle in the new catalogue, which means you're going to pay 10% more for them when you buy them separately. So if you have your eye on anything that's a bundle, is going into the new catalogue, but it won't be a bundle, then, and we've already got the new catalogue, so we can go and check those out to see, then you want to grab them now because you're going to get them cheaper. Okay, so for example, the Many Messages bundle, these are available in the new catalogue, the Many Messages stamp set and the amazing Many Messages die. Those are going to be available, however they will not be a bundle. So you will, right now you get a 10% saving because you're buying them as a bundle, but after these going to the new catalogue, that won't be the case. Does that make sense to everybody? The Pretty Perennials, I'm really surprised that these only ran for one catalogue because these are retiring. Both the stamp sets and the dies are all going. And I've got those here to play tonight. The other one that I mentioned already, this Quite Curvy bundle, this is going. And I'm going to miss these because I loved these lovely, I hope you can see them here. I love these lovely shapes here to make lovely edges on my cards, but also some really nice seams and things like that. So yes, I know some of you are in lockdown again. I'm so sorry, guys. More crafting time, but I know that's not what anybody wanted. I know that people would rather be able to run around and do what they need to do instead of being stuck to 5 kilometers away from your home. So yeah, I hope that it's not as bad as it was last year, because that was horrible and it went on and on and on. I really hope they get on top of it quickly this time. Alright, so we've got quite a few different bundles and things here, so definitely check them out and make sure you get them before they're gone. Okay, so these will, I would double check. If something's retiring out of here, I wouldn't buy it now. I would actually wait until Wednesday to get it at a better price potentially. Mind you, not everything is marked down, so some things you might as well get them now. But like I said, it just depends on what the item is. So the DSPs are all retiring. Some are marked down and some are not. For example, the Forever, no, where is it? I saw it earlier. Have a quick look. Which one was it? I know, sorry. So the Sand and Sea Designer Series paper, that's 40% off. So it was $20 and now it's $12. I mean, that's really cool, right? And that's beautiful paper. Really, really lovely. But the stamp set and the dies are going into the new catalogue. Where is it? I think it's down towards the bottom. I got it out earlier and had a little look at it. So it's this one with the lovely kind of watercolour shapes and swirls on it. And it's really lovely paper. That one's retiring. These all are. All these ones I have in my hand are retiring. Ooh, making birthday cards tomorrow. That sounds good. Fibromyalgia is a horrible thing. I have a few friends that suffer from that, and it really isn't very nice at all. You know, so energy zapping, to say the least. So that's not nice. So definitely, if you love any of the papers in the mini, definitely jump in and grab them while you can, and you may even score a discount as well. Alright, so I've got those all aside tonight in case we decide we're going to play with any of them. But I thought, to get started tonight, I haven't used my Kangaroo and Company stamp set nearly as much as I wanted to. And the other one that I haven't had very long is my Snailed It set. Now the snails, there's some cute little shapes in there, and some nice words, and then we've also got some really cute stuff with the kangaroos. And I'm going to put it out to you guys tonight. Shall we make kangaroo cards or snail cards? Kangaroos or snails? The first person to answer with an answer is the way we're going to go. Alright, I don't have it planned. We're just going to make it up as we go along. So, does anyone have any thoughts on that? Kangaroo. Anita, you're the first person to do it, so kangaroo it is. Alright. So I have just a piece of paper here, and I'm just going to cut it a little bit smaller because I'm going to be using my mini cut and emboss machine, and you can't, when you're doing these, it can't be wider than 3.5 inches. Now I'm pretty sure my kangaroo is going to fit onto that no problem, so I'm going to make this 3.5. That's as wide as we can go through our or if you're knitting it in centimeters, it's 8.9 centimeters, just under 9. And I'm going to stamp on this. So here's my little kangaroo. There's some really nice little stamps in this, so it's a bit sad that this one's leaving us, but it's nice. And it's always nice to have a sort of an Australian flavour that, you know, if you're sending cards overseas, it's really nice to be able to use Australian cards. I think that's nice. So I'm using block E for this. Block E is the right size. It actually fits very well onto block E. Block D, the next size down from this, is just a little bit too small. Alright, so I'm actually going to, I could actually do this in black. A lot of people don't realise, I've had a couple of people be surprised. People think you have to use Memento ink with your blends, but actually Memento ink is just a water-based ink, the same as our classic inks are water-based inks, which means you really can use any water-based ink with blends. So I'm dropping everything everywhere, and I just realised I was going to put my my AirPods in, and I forgot. I did that last time. I keep forgetting to put them in. I'm not used to them yet. They were my Mother's Day present from my husband, and I really need to get used to wearing them. So I should also use a matte under this, and the reason why is you'll get a better image if you use a matte. So let's pop that under there. Paper piercing pad is perfect. It'll provide you with a nice solid stamping surface. Alright, so let's put our kangaroo right here. There we go, and I have also got the dies. Let's quickly pull those out. Down the bottom, of course they are. I've used basic grey for my kangaroo tonight. What colour pink would you use on a baby card? Probably the most common one would be Blushing Bride, to be honest. That's probably the card I would gravitate to first, the colour I would gravitate to first. Blushing Bride is, there's not much point in showing you the ink. I'll show you the cardstock. So this is Blushing Bride, this colour here, and I think it looks really nice with white. And probably another colour that is good with that for a baby card would be So Saffron. I would use those two together. The Sand and Sea paper, the DSP, that's got these colours in it, and I actually think it works really nicely for baby girl cards, even though it's not certainly designed for that. So, well, you guys are all getting to know each other. That's lovely. Hi, Tina. Yes. Do you know my son yesterday went to school it's a Saturday yesterday, and he had to go in early because he had a drama rehearsal. He's 15, turning 16 this year, and he's in the school play, and he had to turn up early, but the bus got him there really early, and of course on a Saturday morning there's nobody else at school, everyone's away. And when he arrived at school, he was the first person there, and there was a kangaroo, or what we call a wallaby, which is like a small kangaroo, in the school grounds, and he sent me a video of it. He stood and talked to it for a while, and then it hopped away. But it's kind of nice to see that they are alive and well around, because there's quite a lot of bush around the schools. So so yeah, it makes sense that they would run into kangaroos or things there like that. Alright, so the colour I'm going to use for this is going to be Smoky Slate. You could do kangaroos in a couple of colours. I mean, you could make them any colour you like, but kangaroos naturally are either grey or dark grey, or what we call red kangaroos. Red kangaroos are the bigger ones. I'm going to start down here with some, so this colour is Smoky Slate, and I'm going to use the lighter one out here on the paws and blend that together. So if you haven't used blends before, I love blends. They're probably my favourite markers to work with, and I think they're lovely the way they do blend so beautifully. I'm going to just start here with a bit of and then I use my lighter one to actually blend the colours together. So where it goes over, you can see the line, but because they've got alcohol in them, they actually smooth out really, really nicely. So you don't need to be too precious, but what you do want to do is go over that line of the darker one with this lighter one, and that's when they start to blend together. So even if it doesn't look perfect when you first start, the colour evens out because that alcohol blends it all together. Haha, cat lovers. I love people talking about their cats. Yeah, you could, of course you could pick a brighter pink. I think magenta would also work. The other colour, of course, Flirty Flamingo, if you wanted to. Flirty Flamingo and Blushing Bride look quite nice together, but the darker and a lighter pink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend these together with the lighter. I'm going over that line so they end up blending. Quite often, if I want to make sure they blend really well, I might use like a circular motion. I'm going to do its back. So I'm just working my way up. Now, even though we could do our kangaroos in any colour, I've tried to be a little bit realistic here. I'm actually thinking about maybe not being realistic for its front and either giving it a pink front or even a pale yellow. That might be nice. So let me give the darker. I usually do darker at the bottom because it creates a little bit of shadow, or the kind of look of a shadow anyway. And you can see it doesn't take long. It's a little bit of colouring kind of concentration required, but not too bad. If you're in a small area, you can always turn around and use the other end of the pen. But they really do look really nice. I'm deciding what colour to do the ears. I think Petal Pink might be good. I've got some, I've also got this ivory, which is kind of like a pale beige. It's actually meant to colour skin colour, but sometimes I use it on other things like this. I'm just grabbing a Petal Pink. So this is dark and light Petal Pink, which I thought would be nice for the ears. And just for a little bit of, not accuracy, definitely not accuracy, but I'm just thinking a bit of contrast, I might do the light yellow on his chest, her chest, sorry, it's a girl, because she has a pouch So it has to be a girl. The only thing is, the only bad thing is while I'm doing this colouring, I'm not looking at comments at all. I'm busy concentrating. And yes, my tongue might have slipped out while I'm doing this. You know how people concentrate and their tongues happen to come out the corner of their mouth? Well, I find I do that a little bit when I'm colouring. I'm looking at everyone's. Do you know, Jenny, I don't know a lot about spina bifida, which is bad. I should know more about it than I do. So I'm sorry that that's happened to you. Okay. I'm kind of liking this. Because we're going to be cutting it out with our dies, I'm not going to worry about creating shadows around it or anything like that. There's not a lot of point. So give me a second. I just had those dies. Where did I put them? Seriously? Here I go. The first thing I've lost for the night. Oh, look, they're right under here, under my blends. Wow, that's very challenging with your husband being in a wheelchair as well. Wow. Yes, we always have our cats. Goodness me. You know, this is something that I love about crafting and particularly about these crafting communities and Stampin' Up. I love how everybody supports each other. And that's been my overwhelming experience almost all the time since I've been with the business. So I've been doing this for 15 years. Well, not quite. 15 years in September. And I have to tell you that I have met the most amazing people because crafters are lovely people. They are awesome people. And it just proves it to me watching you guys talk to each other. And, you know, it just reminds me why we do this because it helps connect us. And I think when people craft together, amazing things happen. I'm very, very lucky. I have a beautiful crafting group of people that I call my team. This is my demonstrator team. And they are just the most wonderful group of ladies. I was able to do a little video for them. I do a live with them. Whoops, it moved. I do a live with them every Monday morning, but also I do little lives here and there. So I did one today and showed them what I got in my box of goodies from the incentive trip gifts last week. Of course, that's the incentive trip that we weren't allowed to take. Weren't able to take. But I'm not sorry about that. I understand the reasons why our government isn't letting us travel. I have no problem with that. But it's still really sad when you watch everybody else enjoying the trips that you can't be on. That's hard. Alright. So I have cut out that. I'm going to need it again in a minute. So I'm not going to put it away too far. So here we go. Here's our little kangaroo. Isn't she lovely? So it takes a little bit of time, but well worth the effort to sit down and colour that in. Now we get to decide what we want her to have in her pouch, and there's some options. Let's have a look. We have little presents. We have a bunch of hearts. We have some flowers, and of course we have a Joey. I mean, the Joey is super cute. See him just popping out there, and you can have him in his. That would be nice for a baby card. Actually, wouldn't it be? The mummy and the Joey, and we could make this into a baby card even. So there's some nice ideas there. I remember you saying that last time about your sister and you and then your brother. Poor brother. There's no cure for that, is there? No. Wow. I'm just reading your... Oh, yes, Michelle. I am seriously, every single time I do a video, I lose something. Without fail. And I just can't seem to craft or do it any other way. I don't know why. The Joey, all right, Nita. You're the first again. You're very quick. Quick fingers. All right, so I think this is him here. Let me quickly have a look. But I'm going to do my stamping so I can double check that. In fact, I can probably use this same piece of paper. Let me have a little look. The Joey. I'm pretty sure he's going to fit. Here he is. I have used this Joey before. So you guys all give each other a hard time. Hey, that's what siblings are for, right? That's how it works. I only have one sibling. And actually my brother is adopted, and I was 6 when he came along. So I was an only child for the first 6 years, and then my brother came into the picture. So I'm going to use this same piece because there's plenty of room. Alright, so we're going with the grey again. I'm thinking, should we make our Joey a completely different colour? Like, should it be pink? Because I don't want it to just blend into Mum. I would like her... Or, okay, so shall we go realistic, or shall we go with a different colour altogether? What do you think, guys? I'm asking, and you guys can let me know. Haha. Huh, do you know, very interestingly, Bronwyn, your message has been held for review. Isn't that interesting? Because you have words in there that YouTube has deemed possibly inappropriate, it has held your message asking, do I want to show it or hide it? Should I ask everybody else? Should we show or hide Bronwyn's message? The other thing is, that's not how you spell that V word. Ah, it's too funny. Or maybe, is it? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to show it, and then everyone can make up their mind. Light brown. So we're going to go for a light brown Joey. Maybe she had an affair with a red kangaroo, and we've got a light brown Joey. Maybe. Let me have a little look. That is a very interesting fact. I just learned something I don't think I needed to know, Bronwyn. Alright, so we've got ivory. That would be possibly nice. And I'm just looking here what else I have. Soft suede. I don't have all the blends. And I also have dark crumb cake. And I have this colour here. This is bronze. So this is like, these are my skin tone colours. Show. So yeah, it's a spelling error. I thought it was. I'm thinking that doesn't look right. Hi Wendy. Alright, see those two colours? So these are actually like the skin tone colours. So we've got our darker skin tones and a light skin tone, which are meant to be for colouring in people. I could also use them though for my kangaroo. That would probably be nice. But I'm thinking about crumb cake. Maybe crumb cake. And I have, this is light crumb cake and this is dark. So I'm just playing around to see which colours we're going to use. Yeah, I'm thinking crumb cake might be the go. Yeah, I see you guys are finding the humour in that. Turning blue. We're going to turn, oh, look at all the items. So, okay, we had a rainbow Joey. Ooh, I didn't see that comment until just now. That's funny. Oh, you learn all kinds of interesting trivia here on my Sunday night videos. Don't say you didn't learn something new tonight. That's hilarious. Bronwyn, you're very naughty. Oh, you guys are so funny. That's hilarious. Okay, so are we going with a light brown Joey, or are we going to colour him up and make him crazy? A crazy Joey. I tell you, here's the paper I'm thinking about using, and this might help us make up our minds, because I'm thinking about using, even though we've talked about maybe doing snails before, I'm thinking I might use the snail paper, because that's got lots of really great colours in it and it's nice and bright. So here's the snail paper. This one's retiring, of course. And here we go. So we've got obviously some of these I wouldn't be using with a kangaroo. I don't really want snails in the background, but we have like these little tiny hearts on a red background, and we've got Bermuda Bay, but that looks to me like snail trails. But that paper is actually really, really lovely, so that could be a go. And we've also got some squiggles here, squiggles on pink. See, that could be a baby girl card again, couldn't it? We may end up making a baby card. We've got little dashes on a white background. funny. Alright, so I'm thinking this paper is really, really cute. I really want to use it. So if we end up having our kangaroo on a red background here, it won't go probably straight on, but I'm just thinking about doing something with that. Then I am thinking about doing a crumb cake kangaroo, really. That's where my thinking is. So yeah. Everyone's laughing. That's awesome. You guys are fantastic. Right, I'm going to colour him in, and if you don't like him, I'm so sorry, but this is what we're going to do. So, and because he's little, I'm actually going to use the fine end because I don't want to go outside the lines. And I'm going to do the bottom of his face in the darker colour. And I'm going to go over to the lighter colour and I'm going to blend that in. I'll give him lighter coloured arms and ears. I'm only going to do one side of the ear and then I'm going to colour the inside. Blend that all together. You can see these are really easy to use. They're really lovely actually. If you don't have blends, you can start out with just a couple of pairs. I always buy them in a pair because then you have the light and the dark of each one and you can blend those together, which always looks good. It's just a really nice way to colour. Alright, so let's bring this guy in again. And I've got my, for anyone who hasn't seen this in use, these come with these plates and so forth, which are a lot of fun. Oh, what have I got in there? A bit of paper. I'm going to pop that on here. We'll pop our little guy on. We've got the matching die. We can cut him out. It's a lot easier than sitting down and cutting it out by hand. Mind you, I like fussy cutting. I actually enjoy it, but certainly in the interest of time, it's much quicker and faster to do this than sit down with a pair of scissors and cut it out by hand. Oh, I dropped it. Right, I'm actually just going to colour that down a little bit more. Is that the dark? That's the dark. Just down to the bottom. Not that it will really matter, because that bit's going to be hidden. Because I don't know whether you realise, but if you turn this over, can you see there's actually, when you cut the kangaroo, the die also cuts a little slit for the pouch. Okay, so this little guy will just go straight into that little, perfectly fits. And that's the thing I like about the dies, is they fit really, really nicely together. Isn't that cute? I love it. Such a nice idea. Alright, so I've got a piece of, I'm deciding what colours to go with. I'm going to go bright, I think. So I'm going to use my bone folder here. This is just a piece of wash my mouth out. This is a piece of basic white. I keep wanting to say whisper white, but that's not correct. Alright, so I'm thinking Coastal Cabana because I just happen to have a sheet of it here on my, and then that might be too wide. I'm deciding whether it is. Oh, I have a piece of this. This is not for this, and it's a bit grubby. You could even do these colours. You know, I could do that. Those colours would work because it's kind of bright and happy. Or I'm thinking I'm going to make this a bit narrower because I think it's too wide. That's all right, Brahman. I don't mind at all. be helpful if I had it up the right way. And I'm thinking, how much will I take off it? So it is actually 3 inches wide, or 7.5 centimeters. I'm going to try 2.5, and we'll see how that goes. That might still be too much, but we're going to try it. Yeah, I think I quite like that. And then I'm going to make this the right width to fit inside here. Because I didn't actually plan to use this bit, I just happened to have it on my desk, but you can see it's got some marks on it, so that's making me think I don't want to use it. And I have some Tombow. I didn't bring my seal over, but that's okay. I'll just use Tombow. And of course, it does not want to run out at this moment in time. Of course it doesn't. Here we go. You are making more spelling mistakes. That's so funny. I tell you what, this is more entertaining than crafting alone, that's for sure. Alright, so I've got Coastal Cabana and a real red with these little hearts on here, and that's going to end up on here. But I'm thinking I want something behind. I do like, I wonder if I could turn this over. I probably could, you know. It's not the yellow I wanted. I would have gone with probably a different yellow. This yellow is Bumblebee. It's quite strong, and I'm wondering if it's too strong. What do you guys think? Is it too strong? Or we could go with a different color totally, because I could easily cut one of these. So how do we think for colors? A moron cat. Is that a special breed, Jenny? Domestic moron? You like these colours, Anita? So do we go with this? Alright. So, dimensionals. I've got mini dimensionals here, but do I have any ordinary dimensionals? Hello, Denise. Oh, Denise, we've been having a lot of fun here, and everyone's being silly tonight. If you want to have a bit of entertainment, read back through the chat. It's quite amusing. Do you like, when you say full colours, you mean bright? Is that what you mean, Tina? I really should be using normal dimensionals, but I just happen to have minis here, and these will do the same job. I might just use a couple more just to make sure it has plenty of stability. I quite often have scraps of something sitting around my desk, like this yellow piece was literally just a scrap, and I just spied it there on the table and went, huh, I could use that. But then when I looked at the state of it, it had a bit of grubbiness to it, so I've turned it over. Jenny, you know what's so funny? Your message has also been held for review. We've had a couple of those tonight. That just tells me how naughty everyone is. And it's not even that bad. I'll show it because I actually get to decide. If you say naughty things, I get to decide whether everyone sees them or not. But I don't know why it thought that was naughty. I really don't understand. Alright, so we're going to pop this on here, and of course we'll use dimensionals behind that because you can never have enough dimensionals, right? Other people might disagree with me, but I tend to use a lot of dimensionals on just about everything. I'm also going to put a dimensional... Alright, so interesting. This is an interesting thought. If I don't want to be able to take the Joey out, if I want him to be stuck in there, I would put a dimensional over the slit at the back so he's stuck in there. Okay, he can never get out. However, if you want people to be able to take him out, then you won't want to do that. So, you like it? I'm so glad. Thank you. Jenny, are you Googling information now? I mean, I don't think 4 kilos, are you sure? Hey, maybe we, Subu, we could change the Australian flag to a kangaroo with a joey in its pouch. So I haven't put, oh, you know what I'm going to? I want my joey stuck in there. He's never going anywhere. It just means he can't fall out. So, I don't know, you've started something really, really bad, Bromman. You're never allowed, you're banned from my videos. I'm never having you again. I think I have the power to do that too. I'm not sure. I think I can block people. I don't know if I can or not. But that's pretty funny. I've known you long enough that I think it's fairly safe to say I'm not going to block you after all this time. Alright, so we have our little kangaroos, but we still don't have a greeting. And I'm deciding whether we go with, we've got a few choices. We could do an oval here, because there's some nice little words in there, just little ones, you know, hopping by just to say hi, or some little ones that say happy for you, thanks a bunch, it's your day, hello, love you much, just a note just for you, and hello baby. Okay, so this definitely could be used as a baby card, definitely. What do we think? Does anyone have a thought on what we should say in on our card? First answer is the one I'm going to do. And we could do like a long skinny greeting if we wanted to, but I'm actually thinking I won't, Roman, I promise. We're going to have hello baby. Okay, there you go. We had a couple of people saying that one, so that's the one it is. Very often when I ask questions, you guys answer, several people answer with the same answer, and I think, well, that's a clear winner then, isn't it? I try and take the first person, but it's nice when there's several people in agreement. I'm just going to, it's so little, I'm going to use a block for this, and I'm going to use my grey, because that's the colour I did my kangaroo, so I'm going to do grey for the words. I'm going to, and we can use that same piece of paper because there's plenty of room, I think. Oh, maybe not. Actually, no, there isn't enough room on there. I'll just get another piece, because if I'm going to use my punch, there needs to be space for the punch. Alright, so I've got this cool little double punch here. This is the double oval punch, and I really, really like it. I'm going to, I'll use this one for something else. But I've got a simple little oval here that could go just here, or, and I think I will, I can put a second colour around it with the little scalloped oval. So let's do that, will we? And I'm thinking I might go with Coastal Cabana, because that's bringing that colour back into our project again. I like this punch. This is a new punch, but it is going to be in the new catalogue, so you don't need to worry about racing to get it. It's going to continue. And I'm going to put this little guy here. Let me close this up. So we've done something, I had no idea what I was going to do tonight, as usual, and we've done something totally different to what I was expecting. Not that I really had an expectation, but it's always a surprise to find. And you know what, that makes my Sunday nights more fun too, because I sit down and I'm like, I wonder what we're going to create tonight. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I think so. I'm glad you agree. Here we go. And then if I pop that here, the only thing is, because this one's on dimensionals, I'm going to have to put dimensionals under here as well, so that it isn't lopsided. Just making sure I want them at the bottom. So let's pop them. I've got the heater running tonight. I hope that's not too noisy, but I decided I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here too, to make sure it's attached at the top, because it's going to be flat at the top, but up on dimensionals at the bottom. There we go. Just like that. I don't know if it needs a ribbon. I think not. I think maybe it's pretty good as it is. Let's put it onto our white card base. I might stick a little bit of bling on because I'm a big believer in bling. So a little bit of some embellishments maybe. More and more I've noticed lately that these videos start out very civilized and go downhill really fast. Depends on who's on. But something like that anyway. Alright, so I'm just grabbing out some embellishments and deciding. I've got these Opal Rounds. They might be nice. Let's try those. I do like these. These are really pretty. They are in the current catalogue. They were in the mini with the sand and sea stuff, but they're going to be in the new catalogue. Whoops. Oh, I'm through it. There it is. And I think one down here. And maybe one over here. There we go. And I just think that's rather cute. Look at the little guy. Should I put something under him to... Yeah, I'm going to put a dimensional under him so he doesn't flap around. We don't want that. There we go, that's better. Now he's not going anywhere. He's stuck. Alright. Now, if you ever want to, you can always stamp on the inside of your cards, and it's always a nice thing to do. We have a few options here for something we could stamp inside. I could do a little Joey over the corner of the page, or we could put the full Joey sitting here, which would be rather nice. Or you could do a bunch of flowers or some hearts, but I'm thinking maybe the little Joey would be a nice addition. So let's, and this is a full Joey, not one in a pouch. There's a separate stamp for that. And I don't have the right size block, but this one will do. And I'm thinking we'll do basic grey again. You could just leave it like this and not colour it, or we could colour it. Just on the inside. I should use my mat, but oh well, it's okay. Colour or not colour? What do you guys think? The only problem is going to be is that because we're using alcohol markers, they may go through to the back. So that is the only problem. The other option would be to use my you know, to use regulars or watercolors. Let me just, I'm deciding. No color, just like that. Leave it just like this. Okay, there we go. I'm not going to add any color because she told me not to. All right, we have ourselves a beautiful card. What do you guys think? I think that's a bit of fun. It turned out pretty nice. The only thing I wish I had done different, looking at this card, is I wish I had sponged in the background before I added my kangaroo. That would have looked good, and I could have used the same colour, the bumblebee, a bit of sponging behind that. That's the only thing I think I would change next time. So, yeah, there you go. Simple, but with the colouring, that makes it take a little bit longer, but I find colouring really therapeutic, so some of you may find that you enjoy the colouring side of things as well. I'm sure you do. So don't forget, guys, on Wednesday, the 2nd of June, is when the retiring list for the mini catalogue goes live, and there will be lots of bargains. So make sure that you're, I've already got my list here, and like I said, I'm pulling all my bits and pieces out. If I didn't show you these tonight, the other thing I was thinking about showing you is the curvy dies, because I haven't done a video with those for a while. But I'm really happy with this little card. I think it's super cute, and it does show off this stamp set and the dies really nicely. And of course the paper that's also retiring. So there we go. So I hope everyone has a great week. For anyone in Australia, you are very welcome to shop with me if you're not, if you don't already have a demonstrator. And I'll put my shop details in the comments below. in the description under this video when I'm finished. The other thing is we have a joining special that ends tomorrow as well. So tomorrow is the very last day you can join as a demonstrator, whether or not it be to just get a discount on your products, or whether you're looking to run classes or do something a bit more with it. It's always up to you, and it is a fantastic deal. You spend $169 and you get $283 worth of products in your kit, whatever you choose. There's no set kit, you just choose whatever you like. So you can really, you know, go to town and get all your stuff up to $283 worth. So it's $114 free, and there's no shipping. That's another bonus as well. So have a great week, everyone. I hope that you've enjoyed this tonight. I certainly had more fun than I planned. Thanks, Bronwyn. Oh, so funny. And I will see you all very, very soon. Friday night on Facebook, and back here again next Sunday night. See you soon. Bye-bye.